All right, thank you. Let's move on to the next issue. 9 long years, maybe even 10 now. That's how long Polymet, of course, has been working to get permitted and to start mining copper and nickel and other precious metals up in northern Minnesota here. Once they start, then there's other companies ready to follow suit. It could be a gigantic financial boon, as everyone knows. Of course, there's also those who say it cannot possibly be done safely. Clearly, and once and for all, do you support copper nickel mining? Can it be done safely? Senator Franklin, we'll begin with you.
I think the vast majority of Minnesotans want those jobs. Want those jobs to happen. And they're good. They're going to be good paying jobs, good jobs. But I also think a vast majority of Minnesotans want to make sure that our groundwater isn't contaminated. This is the Lake Superior watershed. So Minnesotans want to make sure that this is done right. And not just Minnesotans, the executives at Polymet, who I've been talking with since I came to office. They say that this process is a good process. They say that the regulators are tough but fair, and they want this done on the science. They said that the project has improved, it's safer, it's less likely to contaminate the water for possibly centuries. I have the same view as the entire Iron Range delegation. All the delegation into the state legislature have a uniform view on this. Let's do this right. We want this to happen, but let's make sure that we do it right. I can understand how it's frustrating, especially those people who want those jobs. But the only thing worse than taking a long time to get this right is getting it wrong. Because rangers want sustainable mining. This is a new kind of mining. We've been mining iron ore on the range for 120 years. I just helped expand what we're doing at Mintac by helping to get them permits. Mining is so important to our state. We need sustainable miners, sustainable mines, sustainable mining, and that's what I'm for.
Very good. Mr. McFadden, can metals mining be done safely? Are you
Chuck, did you say 9 years?
I think it's been
9 years, right? I want everyone in this room to know here today that I support mining, that I will fight for miners. I'm an advocate to get these mines open. The fact that this has taken 9 years and over $200 million in regulatory review is not acceptable. It is crazy. It is crazy. And I remind you that the Democratic Party in this city 3 months ago had the opportunity to put forth in a platform that said they support mining, and they didn't. And watch Al Franken's actions, not his words. He has done nothing in 6 years to accelerate the review process of Polymet. He's wrote multiple times to the FCC and the FEC on communication issues, but he has not fought for miners, and he won't, because he is connected at the hip of extreme environmentalists. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this false choice that's put forth by the environmentalists that you're either for the environment or for jobs. You can be for both. I've not met one person in Minnesota, myself included, that wants to do anything that would harm our 10,000 lakes. But we have a process here that has taken 9 years and $200 million, and we still don't have an answer. And the reason we don't have an answer is there's 7 different regulatory agencies responsible for making this decision. This is lunacy. And when Al Franken says he's talked to Polymet and they're okay with the process, they have to say that. They are caught in regulatory limbo. They can't tell you what they really think. You really think they think it's been a reasonable process? Absolutely not. We have to demand that this process be efficient. We need effective government. I will fight for effective government. I've been in the private sector my whole life. I know how to have efficiency and make efficiency. So let's be absolutely clear. I support the mines. I support miners. I'm the one that will get these mines open. Senator Franken's had 6 years, and we've made no progress.
Senator Franken, I'll give you a minute to rebut that.
I've been talking to Polymet executives from the time I got here. I speak with them very frankly. they know that this process has improved the project to make it less likely to contaminate the groundwater, which would be a disaster. We're talking about mitigating that for centuries at unbelievable cost. There are 7 agencies, because this is both federal and the state have to weigh in on that. The national, the Forest Service has to weigh in because it has land exchanges. It's too important not to get this right. We need to get this right, and if you talk to anyone, talk to the range delegation, the state legislators in the delegation. They get elected by the people on the range. They want sustainable mining. They want to make sure that this is done right, and if it is done right, then this will be sustainable.
This is the difference between Al Franken and myself. He's gone to Washington, and he's been Washingtonized. He's here today telling you that 9 years is a reasonable process. That's not reasonable. That is the definition of unreasonable. It's not acceptable. And we talk about it, Al, as conceptually. For the good people up on the Iron Range, they've just lost another generation because there's not jobs. We have the opportunity, not just with PolyMet, but with the whole copper nickel deposit up there, because it is the largest in the world, that has the opportunity to create thousands of jobs and billions and billions and billions of dollars of economic impact in this state and in a region of the state that has one of the highest unemployment rates. It's almost twice the unemployment rate around the rest of the state of Minnesota. I'm here to tell you today that I, Mike McFadden, will fight for miners, I'll fight for rangers, and I'm going to win up in the range because I'm your advocate.
Thank you both.